And we're back. So, after doing all of the shooting this afternoon with the bear shafts, I had 3 different lengths just sitting around for my giant collection, giant pile of arrows. I went with the Axis 5mm, and I had one a little over 30 inches, one like 30.5 inches, and then the third one was like 31.25 inches, all 500 spine. And so I shot them with 175s. I've been shooting them with 175s. I've been shooting the medium of the 3 lengths with 175. Fletched, they seem to fly great. I didn't think I need to tune. The more I looked at it on video, the more I realized, there's something weird going on with the arrow flight, and especially in the situation where I pluck. I'm doing a lot of work on my form, and I will have these, days or weeks of perfect form, and then I get into this target panic rut where I pluck, and you can see some pretty drastic flight, and that kind of alerted me to the fact that, hey, these arrows aren't super tuned unless I have perfect form. In perfect form, you wouldn't notice, or at least I wouldn't. So I started using videos every day and having AI analyze my form. I've been working a lot on my form. Next step is mental game. My form seems to be good. It's really what's between my ears. So I'm working on that. I'm excited for the push to come out with new Joel Turner content. Super excited about that. Love the push. Love Joel Turner. I love learning. So where I have ended up is the longest arrow, the 31.25 inch arrow. I've got 125 grains. I really went light. I was hoping to go heavy. I just wanted a heavier arrow, something heavier up front I had in mind for the season, but turns out 125 tunes. So what we're going to do now, I have 4 fletched arrows with 125. I have a little collar on them, but otherwise a pretty simple arrow construction with 4-inch feathers, 3 on each. I'm not a 4 feather or 4 vein person yet. I shoot 4 veins on my compound, but I rarely ever take my compound out. I found with trad bow that I practice on this year round, and I go through my highs and my lows, of course, but if I come into a hunting situation and the conditions aren't right for trad, or we're going to be out with a guide, or I'm going to be out with a couple of buddies who just aren't bow hunters, and I want to be a bow hunter, and I bring my compound, and I literally just have to check the tune on it just to make sure. I don't have to practice at all. I pick it up, boom, right in the middle, boom, right in the middle, boom, right in the middle, and I'm always like, this bow is so up and down, and it's something I like about that, the constant learning, the constant improvement, the constant struggle for like this perfection. And you just jump over to the compound, you're like, boom, boom, boom. So sometimes it feels so good. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit, but I am shooting a white Satori. I have shot Satoris for years. I have a couple other bows. I have a Bob Lee, which I love. I have a longbow, which I just picked up from a buddy of Aaron Schneider's, and a pronghorn longbow. Thing is heavy and small, so it's like a little awkward to shoot, but I was thinking there might be a fun situation to shoot that bow at some point, from a tight blind or something like that. It would be great to do that. It's a beautiful bow. But I've always loved Satoris. They're very adjustable, and so I was at RMS a year ago, and we're at Tom Plum's shop, and his associate Jerry gave me a tune-up lesson, and he hooked me on Uka lens. And so this season I moved up from the Gobies to the Maseratis, however you pronounce it. They're just incredible limbs, just so smooth and so forgiving. I really love them, and I've got them on the 17-inch riser. Funny thing is that if you're a push fan, you'll see that he's running a similar setup for Africa, which I got a kick out of because I came to the same conclusion last year. I was trying with my 64-inch bow. I was sitting in a blind, a couple of times, and I'm like, gosh, it's just so tight. I could use 2 inches. So I came up with this plan to get the shorter riser, the 17-inch riser, and my Bob Lee's 17-inch riser. So I've become accustomed to it. I used to shoot 19 or even 21. I like the heavier weight, so I put weight on this, the Kaminsky weight, and it's a 17-inch riser. And I put those Ruka limbs on, and the thing shoots just so sweet. I really love it. But working through the whole process. So with that, we're gonna test these arrows from 20 yards, see how the tune at 10 yards works with 125 grain up front at a collar. I was thinking, because the sun is kind of getting down, it would have been cool if I had time to put on the lighted nocks. I got a pack off Amazon. These things are unbelievable. It's $20 for a pack of 6, and they are just so bright, so cool. I've always wanted them, but yeah, the little switch on them is like usually so tiny. I've tested a few out. It just didn't really work for me, but these ones from Amazon are amazing. So here we go. I'm gonna pause right there. On the next video, I will do the shooting. I'll just leave this with my little rant, talk, chat, excitement.